Hi, my name is Brenda Jones Clesi. I reside in Luling, Louisiana. I am originally from Kenner, Louisiana, which is just a hop, jump, and skip over the Mississippi River Bridge. Hurricane Katrina sent us over to St. Charles Parish 16 years ago, and 6 months ago, we were visited by Hurricane Ida. We were very blessed where we only received some minor damage compared to many of our neighbors. We are about as south as you can get. The next stop would be the swamp and then the Gulf of Mexico. I love living in the South. I love the hot summers and the not so cold winters. I think if it's 60 degrees or less, it's pretty cold. I don't do cold very well because I grew up in the South. A little bit about myself. I've been married for 25 years, almost 26. We have two grown children, a son and a daughter. We have three grandchildren. One is our natural grandchild. He is 11. He is the peach in our cobbler. And then we have two teenagers that are our grandchildren by love. If you're not from the South, you probably don't know our strange cultures that when you have really close friends that have children, they're usually your nieces or nephews or you consider them your godchildren and things like that. Our friends are younger than us, or at least his wife's younger than us. So their children are our grandchildren, and they're as much as our grandchildren as our natural grandson. So why would I be good at this job or great at this job? Well, I bring 30, no, we're not going to say 30 because that makes me sound really old. 20 plus years of experience to the table. In the majority of it is in administrative work. I have been an administrative assistant for most of my life. I have done other things. I started out in retail. I worked in a little tiny fabric store in New York for my aunt. And yes, it was a fabric store. There was nothing else there. It was not Michael's or Joann's. They sold fabric and patterns, and that was about it. And then I worked for Kmart. Attention customers, the blue light special. For those of you that are really young and don't know what the blue light special is, look it up. It can be very entertaining sometimes. But like I said, most of my life and adult career has been spent in the administrative field. Right before the pandemic, I worked as a personal assistant for the pastor at a local church where I also did the children's ministry. Loved that job. When the pandemic, I started working from home and did customer service work on the Rise network. And I did that till hurricanes, to Ida, because I couldn't work for a little bit. No power, no internet, none of that. So after that, I have just concentrated on, just my tea room. Oh, yes, I have a tea room. That is not a afterthought for telling you that. My husband and I have dreamed and prayed and planned for this tea room for years and years, basically since we got married. And in 2020, just like you guys, in 2020, opened Escapely. Or RoboBricks. I'm not even sure quite how to pronounce it before it was Escapely. We opened our tea room, and it's called the Remington, after our grandson. Remember, he is the peach in our cobbler, and I love it. It's maybe not as successful or as busy as I had hoped, but the pandemic kind of, people didn't want to be around people, and you really can't do tea parties virtually. But in December of last year, 2021, we did have our first big event. We had a teddy bear tea, and it was awesome. 100 plus guests. I had to do all the legwork, the contracts for the caterer and the photographer and the venue, tickets through Eventbrite, marketing, advertising, all that stuff was all me. The theme and decor and the food that would be served, and just the activities. That's what I do. I love party planning. I love planning events. My husband's like, "You're having a midlife crisis. You all of a sudden want to change careers." I said, but he's supportive. He's very supportive. But I've always loved doing these kind of things. I've always loved doing Tea Party. It's just taking it to a bigger stage, and event planning. It just, it's fun. And what Escapely does, virtual escape rooms and murder mystery. Murder mysteries are my thing. I love murder mysteries. But I kind of got off topic there. What do I bring? I bring basically a lifetime of, I hate the word lifetime. That makes me sound really, really old. And I'm really not that old. I bring a lifetime experience. Street smarts, book smarts. I do have an associate's degree in business and management. Probably had enough college credits to make several degrees, but I kept changing what I wanted to do. I have administrative backgrounds. I can plan a party. I can plan events for 2 to 200 people, probably more. I just never had the chance to plan something for more than that many people. I'm very energetic, and I'm a lot like the founder, Rachel, whereas I'm driven and ambitious. I like wine. I don't like sports, so she's on her own. I'm not going to be a double tennis player because I wouldn't be able to hit the ball. The tennis ball. Now, my dog loves tennis balls. He can catch quite a few in his mouth at one time. But red velvet cupcakes with homemade cream cheese icing, I can go for that. Yum, yum, yum. Can make them too. So I can shoot you over some really good cupcakes. That wasn't a bribe. What else? Budgeting. I can do budgeting. I can do Excel, the whole Office suite. I know. PowerPoint, although I prefer. My mind is going blank right now. And I'm not redoing this video again because this is probably my 20th take. But there's another one that's not PowerPoint that I actually like much better. But Office, I can do Office. I do only speak one language, and that's English. Well, okay, I speak two, English and Cajun. But most people don't speak Cajun, so, and not when I say Cajun, I don't mean French Cajun. I mean the fact that nobody understands what we're saying, kind of Cajun. But I'm not as bad as the people on Swamp People. Actually, there are people that you don't understand down here, like Swamp People, and they really do need subtitles, but I'm not one of them. What else did you want to know? Oh, how am I great at engaging customers? I love telling stories. I love listening to stories. I can get down on a customer's level, a client's level, and listen to what it is they want. I have a knack of taking what they say and making it come to tuition. Anyway, listening is a key thing when you're trying to plan something. You need to know what it is your client wants. Does she really want blue or does she want green? Do they want a virtual escape room or do they want a murder mystery? Or do they want, it's just, you got to listen to what it is your customer wants. You've got to engage all parts of your being, I guess is a good way of putting it. You have to have your listening ears on and your thinking cap in place when you're talking to customers, because they may be saying one thing, but that's not totally exactly what they really want, but they don't know the right words to describe it. So you need to be on your game so you can help them, because they may call for, they think they want a virtual escape room, but what they really want is, say, the murder mystery. They just didn't know, so they needed to hear how they both went. Although, I'm a big murder mystery person. I love murder mysteries. I love murders. Okay, not murders themselves. I love solving them. Probably should have been CSI, but I don't like blood and gore, or at least not in real life. I can deal with it on TV. But I love solving them. I've been to a few, been to a couple at a winery, and I loved it. See, another thing Rachel and I have in common, wine. Texas has some awesome wines, and I love the Texas wine trails. What else can I say about engaging customers? I love to talk, as you can see. I have no problem talking and being a little outgoing. I can be sarcastic and funny. Sometimes I wonder if I really said something out loud. And my husband's like, yes, you really did say that out loud. But don't worry, I don't ever say that to customers. That takes getting to know me really, really well before I can be sarcastic around you. Why I would want to work for Escape? Well, it's awesome. I mean, who wouldn't want to work someplace that develops murder mysteries? Okay, yes, I know escape rooms, but murder mysteries are better. Okay, not better, but yeah, I like murder mysteries. Escape rooms are fun. Sometimes the clues are kind of hard, and I don't get out to the very last minute. And then if I'm with certain people, I don't ever get out. I like the Amazing Race idea with the combination. I love scavenger hunts and things like that. So I think that Escapely would be an awesome place to work. It sounds like it would be a lot of fun. I love the fact that it's a woman-owned small business with a women's leadership team. I love the mission statement about creating memories. The mission to create unforgettable experiences. My tea room's mission statement is to create unique memories one sip at a time. So say they kind of go together. I love the fact that you give back to the community, that you give back in donations, that you support the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. My family deals with mental health issues, and I just saw a young man at the church, the demons, and he just couldn't fight them anymore and took his own life. And there's just too many people that do that. And for you to support something like that, or gun safety, not gun control, but gun safety, those are awesome. And feed the hungry. The things that you give to are an awesome idea. Working for a company that gives back is important to me. Working for a company that can let me be creative and will listen to what I might think and not go, that is insane. Well, it might be insane, but that might be what you're looking for. Because the whole idea behind things like this is to be as creative as possible. I mean, you want your escape rooms to be all that and something new. You don't want the same old escape room as the person down the street, or the same murder mystery as the winery down the street. You want different things. I can bring those things to the table. And yes, I'm older. I'm probably older than the majority of the people that work there. But with that, I bring experience, life experience, work experience. I love people. I love talking to people. I love seeing people happy. I think that's been my biggest thing of why I like events and event planning and party planning, is because I can help people do what they want. I mean, I don't know if do what they want is the right way to say it, but I can give a little girl the princess party she wanted, or my granddaughter the sweet 16 she wants, where she's planning a murder mystery for 100 people. That one's going to be fun. So things like that. Yes, this may not be my background, other than I've done it for my job, for my tea room. And my background is mainly administrative. But I know I can do this. I know I can bring a lot to the table. And given a chance, I would love to help Escapely grow into a multi-million-dollar business. And it can be done. I was going to compare it to another woman-owned business, but it's not really a comparison. But so I'm not, because, well, she went to jail. No, not yet. She was found guilty, though. I told you I like mysteries. Anyway, so I guess that's about it. I think I answered all your questions. So I hope you enjoyed this little video. I hope I didn't go over my time limit, because you just said a short video. Short could be a long thing. I'm from the South. We like to talk. But to narrow it down, I would bring drive, ambition. I'm outgoing. I can engage the customers. I love planning events. I love party planning. And I think women-owned small businesses should support each other. And I'm all about that. I'm all about fun and team building. Now, my husband doesn't know quite what team building is, because when I mentioned it, he's like, oh, that's like training. I'm like, no, it's not like training. It's like getting together and morale and camaraderie and that kind of stuff. And he's like, that's not what we do at work. I'm like, that's because your boss is not fun at all. His idea of team building is buying them a pizza. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Well, I have thoroughly enjoyed doing this video, believe it or not. And I hope you have an awesome Friday. And I look forward to hearing from you soon. Bye.